hired you to talk about the war end of things in this book. And there is so much war and battles and trenches and rations and soldiers and uniforms and all of that. But what I did not realize before I started reading this was that this is actually really an anti-war novel, and maybe it was too radical for the time to call it anti-war and peace or whatever, but Tolstoy is definitely trying to show you how much war sucks. And so there is mud, and there are terrible hospitals with soldiers getting their legs sawed off. Meanwhile, officers are jockeying for power in fairly cozy tents nearby. So it's really not full of glory or glamour or purpose. And in fact, Tolstoy is writing very strongly and deliberately against the great man theory of history, which is great. And even Napoleon shows up as a character, which is wild because these are the Napoleonic Wars. And we can just cut way ahead to when Natasha and Nikolai's younger brother, Petya, the baby of the family, finally succeeds in enlisting and going off to war over the strong protestations of his family. And at this point, it's getting to be the end of the war, and it's pretty clear that the Russians are actually going to kick the French army out of Russia, and that they're just kind of like picking each other off in these little raids. There's not a lot happening, but he's young and he's very excited, and he's just thrilled to be there and wants to like win for Russia and all this stuff, and he's just sweet. And so he comes to dinner one day with these other soldiers, and he's like, I got all these raisins at the ration shop, and he's like spilling them everywhere because he's trying to share the raisins with everybody. You guys have some raisins. And then the next day they're going on this raid, and he's just like full of vigor and energy, and so he charges ahead of where he's being told to go, and he's shot and he dies, and the rest of his family just never recovers from his death. And Tolstoy really wants you to believe that there is something maybe not ennobling, maybe not even redemptive, but something powerful and maybe worthwhile that changes in the souls of the people who survive. And so that all of this loss in the end does have a meaning. But I just can't get there.